Hello and welcome back to the Keach Hospice Care Stadium here in Biggleswade. We are back. Competitive football is back. Well, it returned last week, of course, with Biggleswade 2-1 victory away at Newport Pagnell Town. Today they host Baldock Town early 12:45 kickoff here, but we have two special guests joining us for around 10 minutes or so. We've got the chairman, Baldock, and his very special guest as well. Welcome, Gilliam. And what's it like in Spain at the moment?
Hello, Ryan. Yes, I'm actually in Barcelona airport. I'm on my way to Sevilla, where the cup final has been played, and I'm part of the coverage of it for DAZN. But as you said, I have a special guest with me. Let me give you a clue. She's a colleague of mine. We work together for La Liga TV. She's also often on Sky Sports News. And I think straight away when you see her, not only you'll know who she is, but also what team she supports. Let me just show you.
Hey! Surprise!
It's Hunter,
well prepared today.
who's very well prepared. She travels around with the Biggleswade United chair. Would you believe that?
I just happen to have a
That's
spare one
amazing,
that I go with me to carry around. Thanks to Guillaume.
Of course.
How are you, Ryan?
I'm very good, thank you. I'm very good. I'm looking forward to seeing competitive football here once again. It's been too long, but it's good to be back. It's a shame, of course, that there's no supporters here with us, but hopefully in time that the restrictions can loosen and we can have back to a full capacity. But it's good that we can show coverage like this, where we can show the supporter, like just the behind the scenes look, as well as the match itself, just so they don't have to risk themselves. But just a little bit, have you had the chat with the manager, Gilliam?
Christian? Yeah, I spoke to Christian early in the day. We used to have a routine on Saturdays where we will meet for a coffee. He will always complain that he doesn't have time, but always will find an hour for me, of course. I'm the chairman after all. But it will be my chance to talk to him about the week. He's told me, of course, this week that the team must train on Thursdays at the moment, because we're kind of trying to introduce the routine back to the players. We only train once a week. That was Thursday. And that determined the squad that was called up today. But the impression I've got is that the team wants to compete. Not only do they want to compete, they actually want to go as far as they can in this cup competition. And that's also the impression that I got from Christian. As I've got Semra here, let me ask you, Semra was a player herself as well. How did you go with your playing?
I went as far as I possibly could, which is to say, not very far. No, I played at the club level in the United States. So, I mean, the States, as you probably all know, it is our sport. It's very much the women's game, soccer, as we call it over there, rather than football. And I started when I was 3 years old, which you couldn't really call it soccer at that time. We called it swarm ball because it was just a bunch of 3-year-old little kids just huddling around the ball. You could never really see it. And then from there, I just became really passionate about it, fell in love with the sport, grew up watching Premier League, played for my high school team, played at club level as well. We had Premier League, gold, silver and bronze. So I was right in between gold and Premier League. And it was always my dream to play professionally, but I had a really bad accident when I was about 16, and that was it. So that led to a career in broadcasting instead.
We lost a player, but we won a great presenter and a great pundit, which, of course, has brought the same passion to the television as she had on her playing career. But I don't know if you feel the same, that with the lockdown and the stops that have happened, people are desperate. Number one, to be part of a group. It happens at work. It happens in a team as well. But also, you are players, so you want to compete, don't you?
I think there's an element of missing that social interaction with people, missing your teammates in the case of being a footballer. And if you're a natural competitor, as footballers and athletes are, you want to be out there on the pitch competing on a regular basis. It's part of who you are. And it's something that even now, I miss a lot, actually. And it brings out a totally different side of me when I'm on the pitch versus when I'm not on the pitch. But there is definitely an important element to that.
I hope you can hear us, because, of course, there is announcements in the airport. But back to you. The weather seems to be really, really nice in Bedfordshire today.
What's that? Sorry, I didn't quite hear.
I was asking, the weather today seems really nice in Bedfordshire today. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks very nice. It's still quite cold though, as usual. But yeah, it's brightened up for sure today. Yeah, that's true.
So, do you feel the same that I feel, that the team wants to compete? They showed already in the first game the New Topagni victory that we are more or less where we left it. We were top of the table and the season finished, and they want to compete for this cup, don't they?
Absolutely, Gilliam. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I feel that they've almost picked up where they left off, because obviously we were sitting at the top of the table before. We couldn't play anymore. But it's sometimes after a couple months off, it can take a while to get back into the swing of it. But fantastic opening match back with, of course, Charlie Clayton and Dave Bullet Parkinson both getting on the score sheet, picking up where they both left off. How excited are you for this competitive football to be back, Gilliam, at Biggleswade? We still got Gilliam? Hello? Hello? I think we might have lost Gilliam. Are we still... Okay, it looks like it's just me. Yeah, it's really good to be back here at the Keach Hospice Care Stadium, of course. Gilliam, you back with us?
Yes. Can I say something about the name of the stadium? For those that are watching, and again, we can clip this maybe for using for social media, but this is a story that at some point will tell in detail why SSML has become the Keach Hospice Care Stadium. It has to do with one of the our ladies players, Lou, who's very close. Lou Grackett, who's very close to the hospice. If you remember, we had an anonymous sponsor who wanted to sponsor the ladies, but in exchange, what he asked was that we look for a local charity to put the name at the front of the ladies' shirt, and that was the Hinch Hospice. Now, since then, we developed a relationship, and we decided that it's a way to give out as well, to just put the name out there, that they're doing a great job, and anybody that wants to help them, they obviously are open to help. And we're going to start a competition for local artists. We need, and you have to show us the wall when you get there, we need the wall behind the goal near the car park. That wall will be painted by a local artist with the name of the stadium, the Keach Hospice Care Stadium. So we'll do that, see if there is a local artist that wants to do that for us. And you know, it's a very long, like, what is it, like 50 meters or more, isn't it long? So they have to use big letters. But yeah, we don't have to call it SSML anymore. It's the Keach Hospice Care Stadium from now on.
Absolutely. But yeah, we've got around 9 minutes to kick off. Thank you so much, Gilliam, for your time today. I hope you enjoyed the match, of course. And I will be introducing our other volunteers. We have Josh, Ellie, Michael, and Leon, of course. So we'll introduce them as we build up to kick off. But thank you so much, guys, for your time this morning. And
goodbye from me and goodbye from Sandra. Have a good time. I'll be watching.
Good luck today.
Thank you very much. Hope you're watching. And yeah, well, I'll introduce everybody else coming in. And me.
Good afternoon, everyone. And we're back. Competitive football is back at Biggleswade United. Great 2-0 win for the guys last match. They're hoping to keep the form going today. So for everyone watching on YouTube, on Twitch, start getting your comments in. We'll read some of the best out as time goes on. It's Biggleswade United versus Baldock Town, and it's a lovely day in Bedfordshire. Cracking the flags, perfect day for football. And as Ryan said, we have got loads of volunteers. We've got our chairman, Guillaume Baldock, with Sandra. We've got Ryan. We've got Josh. We've also got Ellie as well, who is at the ground today, will hopefully be giving us a closer look into the action, who hopefully will get some pictures from it quite soon. And we will have team news for you very, very shortly. It's just one of those days today where it's a lovely day for football. Don't know how it is outside my house. Looks quite cold, if I do say so myself, but luckily I'm nice and warm. Yes, we will have team news for Biggleswade very, very shortly. As we build up, on cue, we now have team news. The 4-1-4-1 today for the team. Ollie Leslie in goal. A back four of Milo Keane, Jordan Wright, Jordan Jarrell, and Ross Taylor. In the defensive midfield, we have Jaden Irish. Left wing, Cody Lee Sparrings. Centre mid, Charlie Hayford and Gareth Hunt. Right wing, we've got Dean Morgillo. And up top, we have Dave Parkinson. So today for Biggleswade, we do have George Harlow, Ethan Flanagan, Charlie Black, and Taylor Haddo is the replacement goalkeeper for today. So, team looks very strong today, 4-1-4-1. May change as the match goes on. Yeah, so it's going to be an excellent game. Got the team out there already. Looks a very nice ground as well. First I've actually seen the ground, to be honest with you. Looks really nice. Just hope balls don't get lost over the fence. That'll be an interesting one. Having to go into the woods to get the ball back. Wouldn't want to be me. That's for sure. So let's see if we've got any. Have we got any comments that we can put up to get the game started? Come on, lads, let's go. Definitely. Let's hope we can get the second win. Deserve a second victory. Thank Andreas. That's the confidence we need from all the fans. And it's nice to be back playing. As Guillaume said, it's been a long time since football was back. And we hope, first of all, everyone's staying safe. Here in the UK, lockdown has got lifted on Monday, so that means you can get haircuts. Unfortunately for me, I haven't been able to get a haircut yet, but that's coming up. So hopefully I can get my haircut quite soon. Lockdown here, I'm sure everyone will have a sense of lockdown here and how they've been coping. But it's nice to see everyone back, everyone hopefully staying safe. Hopefully you've all had a good break. You've all been able to rekindle with people you may not have seen for a while in the last few days, considering lockdown's been lifted. But we're all very happy that you've joined us today, and it is actually my debut, my first proper commentary for the club. And I just want to say it's an absolute honour to be here today, commentating to you guys. Bit nervous. Yes, my commentating debut, and it's when I got asked, I was grateful for the opportunity, and quite nerve-wracking, but I'm sure as the day goes on, it'll get absolutely much better. Team talks going on in the middle of the pitch there. Referees are in the middle of the pitch.
Hello, everyone.
I've got my other commentator with me.
Hello, Michael. And there is the
How are
team
you?
news. I'm very good, thank you. Just here to see the team news. So we've got Ollie Leslie in goal. We're playing a back four of Ross Taylor at left back, two centre halves, Jordan Gerald and Jordan Wright. Right back today, we've got Myro Keane. Midfield three of Jaden Irish in the holding midfield role, Gaz Hunt and Charlie Hayford just in front. And we've got a front. First of all, we've got the minute silence, of course, for His Majesty Prince Philip. we're about to get underway here. Quick team news, as I mentioned. It's got Ollie Leslie in goal, back four, Ross Taylor, Jordan Gerald, Jordan Wright, and Maro Keane. Midfield three of Jaden Irish, Gareth Hunt, and Charlie Hayford, and the front three of Cody Lee Spavins, Dave Bullet Parkinson, and Dom Moglio. So that is the team on the bench today. We've got George Harlow, Ethan Flanagan, Charlie Black, and Taylor Haddo. Charlie Clayton not in the squad today by the looks of it, as we get ready to set up here for Biggleswade's first game back since lockdown in the newly named, of course, Keach Hospice Care Stadium. And if you have just joined us, you'll know that there's a very good story about how the sponsorship came about. Of course, the formerly known as Second Meadow, now newly sponsored the Keach Hospice Care Stadium. It's a fantastic cause. As I'll bring in now my co-commentator, Michael.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone.
Looking forward to
How are you today?
I'm very good. How are you?
Yes, I am very good, thank you. Yeah, looking forward to a great game. It's going to be, hopefully, another win for Biggleswade.
Hopefully, yeah. As they look to make it back-to-back wins after a good victory last week, their first game back, as we kick off here. Oh. So Biggleswade now starting off. It's Jordan Wright, of course, the Biggleswade captain. It's long ball from Gerald. You know how dangerous he can be there. It's gone straight back to the keeper for Baldock Town.
Could take a few minutes to see how the game plans out, how both teams are lining up today.
Yeah, it looks like a 4-3-3 formation Christian's gone with today. Something that he was going with before the lockdown period.
Yeah. And the best thing about the 4-3-3 for me is you've got the two wingers who can cut in and try and give support to the front guy.
Absolutely. Just Hayford here. Of course, when he was newly signed, he was in the Tottenham Academy, Charlie Hayford, and only got to play a couple games before lockdown until the games were stopped. So he'll be looking to kind of continue to be the spark. Biggleswade were missing at the early periods of the season. He definitely lit a spark that we'll be hoping to continue to do today. That was unfortunate there for Biggleswade.
Also, a quick one to everyone watching. Obviously, this game is being played behind closed doors, so you might hear some, let's call it some inappropriate language. So we do apologise in advance if you do hear any inappropriate language on the stream today. It's the joys of having microphones close to the pitch.
Crossing. Sorry to cut you off there, Michael.
No, it's okay. But yeah, apologies in advance if anyone hears any inappropriate language on the stream today. It's being played behind closed doors and tensions can get heated during matches. So if you do hear any inappropriate language, we do apologise.
That's very well said. And of course, we are live now on Twitch and YouTube, so make sure you hit the subscribe and the follow button for both channels. As it's Rome on the ball here for Baldock. It's Franklin, cleared away by Jordan Wright. This could still be dangerous though by Zach Decker. Shot is straight at Ollie Leslie. Of course, it is Ollie Leslie between the sticks. There's been a good fight for the number one spot here in Biggleswade. Ollie Leslie and Tyler Haddo almost sharing the stick one every other game. So it's interesting to see that Ollie Leslie has claimed the number one spot today. But of course, it's all friendly competition between teammates.
But also for the manager, it must be great having two top quality goalkeepers so they can interchange when needs be.
Absolutely. That's Dave Bullet Parkinson. Always wants to get the ball forward is our Bullet. So it's Charlie Hayford. A good turn by Ashley Hay. Ashley Hay did score for Baldock. Their only goal last week, they returned to actually in a 4-1 defeat to Aylesbury Vale Dynamos. Ashley Hay, the only man on the score sheet that day. So definitely someone that Biggleswade will have to keep an eye on today. It's Lewis Franklin here for Baldock. Captain Alex Corpin. Ollie Trott. Trying to play it in. That's a good touch though by Ross Taylor. Back to the goalkeeper. Sense of calmness in the defence of Biggleswade, which is something of course you like to see.
Definitely. It's been quite a strong game. Both teams just finding their feet.
Almost trying to feel out the game a little bit. Of course, it's Biggleswade's first competitive game back here at the Kickoff Stadium.
I've got to say, the pitch looks in immaculate condition.
Oh yeah, I was going to say, you read my mind there, Michael. It is in absolutely peak condition today. The groundsman has done a top good job today, as well as all the volunteers, of course, that help out on each match day.
And considering as well, considering we haven't had football for quite a while, they've done a great job of keeping the pitch the way it is.
Sat Decker on the far side here, crossing it in. Flags up for offside, so the shot wouldn't have counted anyway. It went over the bar by Charlie Rome. A decent chance, but Biggleswade, they kept their offside, the defensive line well. And of course, the referee puts flag up for offside. So,
and not just over the bar, it looked like it's gone over the fence.
It might have done, to be honest. It does happen quite a lot.
I think we might keep a tally then how many balls go over the fence and might not come back.
Gerald here just trying to pick up the pass. Of course, to Jordan Wright. Up to Charlie Hayford. And Don Moglio. Because we know what he can do. Don Moglio's nice little turn. Couldn't quite get past the defenders. They doubled up on him. They did their research, that's for sure. Baldock Town. They try and play this out now with their captain, Alex Colton. And now it's Ashley Hay against Jordan Wright on his far side. Ball's crossed in. It's a good header away by Ross Taylor, but still danger here for Biggleswade. It's clear. Managed to get it away in the end by Jordan Wright, who can get it out to Charlie Hayford. It's just both sides at the moment struggling in the final third, but this could be a potential chance here. Cody Spavins, unfortunately, they're offside. The keeper had it covered anyway.
Looks like those long balls over the top could be very important today.
Absolutely. It's something that Biggleswade have we've seen over, well, like I said before the lockdown. It was something that Jordan Gerald specifically, his balls over the top were very dangerous and caught a lot of teams out. So hopefully, like you said, it's something that can help us today. But now it's time for Baldock. Could be dangerous. There's nothing to worry about too much. It's too far there for Charlie Hayford. This shot is a well-driven shot there by Zach Decker, just over the bar. But that was a dangerous one there for Biggleswade. Almost fell asleep nearly.
But it is a very open game so far.
Yeah, it seems very end-to-end. Both sides, I think, just trying to take control of the game. No side have really played it through midfield as of yet. And I feel if Biggleswade can just, play it a bit shorter, play more in the middle, and it's a way that you can dominate the match, for sure. We're just getting to that. We're just at the early stages at the moment where both sides just trying to feel each other out a little bit and get into the game, really. And you feel Biggleswade, of course, it'll be very different today. First time they're playing here without any fans, of course. It's a very different experience. Of course, we have the volunteers here and the coaches, but it's not the same without a crowd here. So it's definitely something that Biggleswade will have to keep in mind. It got the job done last week, but that was away at Newport Pagnell Town. It'll be a very different experience playing here without a crowd, and it's something that I think we all need to take into account today.
Yeah, because the fans, as we all know, are an important part of any club, but especially at this level, fans are unbelievably important.
Absolutely. Gerald to Jordan Wright. And he comes to Charlie Hayford to Myra Keane. Back to Ollie Leslie between the sticks. It's Gerald out to Parkinson. The ball over the top here to Ashley Hay. Jordan Wright is very well defended there by the captain. And Leslie does keep it just in play. It keeps it out from being a corner. It's a long, quick throw here by Ollie Leslie. It's out to Ross Taylor. It's Gerald looking for that ball over the top. Slightly too far there for Don Moglia. That was unlucky there by Gerald. Alfie Woolman here for Baldock Town. Intercepted by Jordan Wright, looking for the long ball through to Parkinson. The goalkeeper read it very well there, Cameron Groom. Knew he had to
great start position. Great start position from the goalkeeper there.
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic starting position there by Bullet.
I always get scared though when goalkeepers come out like that, because they've got to get those tackles absolutely perfect, because they get their tackles wrong, that they're off.
Yeah, it can be dangerous for a goalkeeper to do that. One thing I will say is that Cameron Groom, you can't see it right now, but he's almost near the halfway line. Half of his standing position right now is actually half of near the halfway line almost nearly. So if you do catch him out on the long ball over the top, he can definitely catch the goalkeeper out, and he's nowhere near his penalty area right now. The Baldock goalkeeper, as Biggleswade, as Jaden Irish there went down, wins his team the free kick.
Yeah, I can see what you mean, because I've just seen the camera. Pam then, even then when the fix was taken, he was quite far out of his box.
He's very far out, and it's definitely, if you get it to a Charlie Hayford or definitely a Gaz Hunt, he can definitely catch the goalkeeper off guard and get the long field goal. That's Gerald out to Parkinson. Wasn't quite ready for that one there, Parkinson. So the ball's now back out to the Baldock goalkeeper. Of course, if you don't know the lineup is just on the bottom side of the screen, as you can see. Gerald done well to contest with that. He's almost doubled up on a little bit there. Jordan Gerald, the ball's crossed in here. Ollie Leslie comfortably caught by the goalkeeper. Something you like to see from your goalkeeper, just calmness and confidence, just to calm down your defence a little bit.
And to commanding your box as well. That's always big for the keeper.
Lovely little skill here by Don Moglio. Skaz Hunt, it was unfortunate there. They just didn't read each other there, Parkinson and Hunt. It was unfortunate. It's good pressing though by Jaden Irish. They forced the ball back to the goalkeeper. Looking for the ball over the top here. It's Jaden Irish here, controlling the ball nicely in the middle of the park. Back to Jordan Wright. He looked for the long ball out to Cody Spavins. Beautifully read by Spavins. little bit too far for him, just slipped. Was unfortunate there. Of course, Biggleswade's Young Player of the Year last season, Cody Lee Spavins, played in multiple positions this season. Really can be very versatile, playing in a more attacking position that he used to. I'm sure he'll enjoy playing there. And guys, I'm pressing the goalkeeper very well here. The front three of Biggleswade all pressing. Parkinson pressing the defender here. This could be dangerous. Now Baldock managed to play it out despite the press of Biggleswade. That was Ben Dahona looking for the long ball over the top, but just over for a throw. Of course, we'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. Of course, it's unfortunate that you all can't be here to watch Biggleswade today. But we'd like to thank you all for, of course, tuning into whether you're watching the YouTube stream or the Twitch stream. Make sure you do hit that subscribe button or the follow button if you're on Twitch, so that you never miss a match. Now a bit of danger here for Biggleswade. They almost went all the way through Dylan Logan, but in the end, I think he was looking for a foul there.
It did look like it, but the referee didn't see anything from it.
Yeah, for sure. Apologies if you heard any foul language there. It's Gerald here. He's looking on the right-hand side. He's looking for Gaz Hunt. He's managed to keep it on. He's hit the Baldock player, though. And it's going to be intentionally good here. Still staying down. And it's gone out of play for a corner. They were looking for a flag that never went up there, Baldock. And I think Gaz Hunt was looking for that flag himself. I don't think he expected it to be onside, but he was onside. No. But ball was going out of play for a corner.
I think everyone stopped, as you said, expecting a large and fast goal, but it stayed down. And very interesting, that.
Yeah,
obviously, the line's got a better view than all of us, so obviously we've got to trust his decision.
As Jordan Gerald over the corner. Corner crossed in by Gerald. It's not caught by the goalkeeper. I think I came off the bar a little bit there, and now it's a free kick given to Baldock Town in the attacking penalty area of Biggleswade, but a bit of a weird corner there, and the goalkeeper wasn't confident at all. Almost got away with one there.
Yeah, he did.
Ball's cleared away there by Ross Taylor. This could spell danger here. You've got Ashley Hay for Baldock. He's played in a great through ball here to Ben Lahan. And it's a fantastic save by Ollie Leslie. They just cut through the Biggleswade defence like butter almost. Now they've won their side of the corner. Came out of virtually nothing, really. That's their first attack of the game.
Wow. But big save from Ollie there.
Fantastic save. As I mentioned, the competition for places, specifically in the goalkeeping position for Biggleswade, is strong. And you just feel every shot's going to be examined. And that was a fantastic, low save by Ollie Leslie. And they'll be looking to defend this corner now, Biggleswade. From one corner for Biggleswade to now a corner for Baldock Town. Cleared away by Jordan Gerald, very comfortably. It's a good powering header there by Jordan Wright. Parkinson puts the ball down, gets to Cody Lee Spavins on this left-hand side, and now he wants to put the Jets on here. Cody Lee Spavins. He's got some support here now with Gaz Hunt as we go through the other side. It's Moglio looking to find Charlie Hayford, was unfortunate. Moglio still not giving up. Now Baldock now playing it out. They're playing with a lot more confidence, I think, now, especially after having that early chance just a couple of minutes ago. The throw is taken quickly straight out to Ollie Leslie.
Looks like the first goal could be crucial in this game.
Skill from Gerald. Definitely seeing the attacking prowess of the visitors, and you just know one mistake could well be punished. So Biggleswade just got to be careful a little bit. Of course, still try and play attacking football. Try not to make too many mistakes going forward. And of course, a lovely ball there to Dom, just too far from Milo Keane to Don Moglio. Was unfortunate there. Looking for the ball over to Baldock Town. We'll find it here. Ross Taylor clears away, but it's gone straight to a Baldock Town player. Ball's crossed in. You get the right side here. Then the home. Another shot low. Straight out on Leslie this time in the court. But Baldock definitely getting more into the game now. Since their first chance, they seem to grow with more confidence.
And as you've seen there, the one mistake can easily be punished.
Absolutely. One thing I've noticed is since almost a calamitous defending by Baldock from the Biggleswade corner, I think since then they've kind of put their head straight and tried to attack a lot more, and something that Biggleswade definitely have to watch out for. Goalkeeper's coming out there, not dealing with the ball, but his defence manages to deal with it. Parkinson now looking to press. I think Biggleswade at the moment, they just need to weather this storm a little bit. This 5-10 minute period with visitors attacking, weather the storm a little bit, and then they'll come again, the hosts.
Going back to the keeper before, one thing I don't get sometimes with keepers is that when you've got your defence like that, there's no need to be that far out, because if, let's say, an Evan header goes over you, you're in trouble.
Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Baldock staying compact in their formation. When they're off the ball, it's finding it hard for Biggleswade to find the gaps in and around the pitch. Biggleswade haven't really had a chance to really play in the midfield, which is something that with the likes of Jaden Irish, Charlie Hayford and Gaz Hunt that they can utilise. But at the moment, the visitors, to their credit, are doing a very good job at keeping the midfield quiet on Biggleswade at the moment, which is forcing the long balls just like this one to Cody Lee Spavins. Managed to get onto this one, looking for the cross in. He goes down, penalty.
It's given it.
Down, the penalty has been given. The referee has pointed to the spot. And it's a penalty to Biggleswade. Just as I was saying that Baldock were looking to get into the ascendancy, Biggleswade go up the other end and win themselves a penalty, Michael.
Oh, from what I could see, it was a great one into the box, and the defender lunged in. And the problem is, when you lunge in like that as a defender, you've got to get it right. And the defender there didn't, and the referee had no hesitation.
Absolutely, you got Dave Bullet Parkinson, Mr. Biggleswade United, over the penalty. Of course, he scored on the return to competitive action last week. Be looking to do the same here for Biggleswade. It's Dave Bullet Parkinson with the penalty, sends the keeper the wrong way, and Biggleswade go 1-0 up. It's been a very edgy game for the host so far, and you just feel that goal just came at just the right time, Mike.
Indeed. And as a penalty, that's the perfect what you want to see. Ball one way, keeper the other, and even if the keeper did go the right way, I don't think he would have got it because it was right into the bottom corner.
Absolutely, it was a fantastic, well-taken penalty there by Dave Bullet Parkinson.
No wonder his nickname's Bullet, because that was a bullet of a penalty.
And I think that penalty allowed Christian to have a couple of talk with some of his defence there. So they're just coming back onto the pitch now. Christian having a couple of words there with his players. I'm sure the express is to keep it calm at the back and just let the attackers do the work going forward, of course, and try not to get caught out too much. Of course, I should mention that Milo Keane and Ross Taylor did start the season playing more forward, and of course they play so well at fullback that Christian gave them the nod, playing as more of a fullback, and now they've kind of turned from forwards to fullbacks, which I think in the modern game is something that is happening a lot more.
Indeed, and Andreas goal. Let's go, my beat. Yep, definitely Andreas. And as I said, if you watch on YouTube and Twitch, get your comments in, and we'll leave some of the best out on stream as game goes on.
Another potential break here. Oh, Charlie Hayford once again, as I mentioned, getting the goalkeeper off guard. He was the man who went for the long range there. But it was worth going for when the goalkeeper's out in that position. Parkinson was in a great position to break as well, so maybe he should have took the pass. But when the keeper's out of his goal like that, sometimes you just got to take the chance.
Exactly. And as the saying goes, if you don't buy a ticket, you don't win the raffle.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But it does prove the point where when the keeper's out like that, that can easily happen.
It's Gaz Hunt Biggleswade now trying to play it out from the back, looking for that ball to Cody Lee Spavins. It worked for the penalty. Looking to keep this on and does here. Cody Lee Spavins. He's got two defenders on him. He managed to get it back out to Bullet. Bullet to Gaz Hunt. Look at Charlie Hayford. That's well controlled. Cody Lee Spavins. This is great football. And it's just wide of the most fantastic attacking play that by United. Unfortunate not to get the goal.
No, it was great play. Great one-touch football. And but the shot just wide of the post. But it just shows the attacking intent from Biggleswade, and if they get the passes right, that's what can happen.
Absolutely. It almost reminded me of the goal Sigurdsson scored last night against Spurs. Touch and move, and I don't think the finish would have been as great, but definitely would have been up there for touch and move. Probably one of the goals of the season if that went in for Biggleswade.
Definitely. Who's that war contender?
Jordan Wright isn't happy here, given the way the free kick doesn't feels it was way too soft. But Baldock now have an opportunity from a set piece position, from a free kick, to get themselves on level terms. Of course, they'll be looking to bounce back themselves after their humbling defeat to Ainsbury Valdano as a 4-1 defeat on their return at home to competitive action. So they'll be hoping, of course, themselves to put that right. So it's definitely something that we've definitely got to take into account today. They've been a bit of a mixed bag as well, Baldock Town. Their free kick going to be taken now. Straight at Ollie Leslie, it was comfortable. But as I was saying about Baldock Town, before the break in the league, they did play 6 games. They drew 5 and they lost 5. So they've been a bit of a mixed bag this season, which is something which, sometimes you almost don't know what Baldock Town is going to turn up. So
no, and that's the problem. And if you catch them on a bad day, you need to take advantage of it.
Absolutely. And even if you have them on a good day, you just got to make sure that you're good enough to get the job done as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Spavins has been the real spark in this Biggleswade side today on this left-hand side, causing all sorts of problems. And when his side to throw in there.
Yeah, look like Cody on that left-hand side has caused the defence many problems. It's like they can't keep up with him. He's too quick for them.
Absolutely. He's down at the moment. He's just got up. He's limping. Hopefully that's just a little knot that he can jog off there, Cody Lee Spavins. Out of picture, that is. The play does go on and Biggleswade get themselves a throw.
What a haircut.
Of course, we've got the centre half coming up. We know that Jordan Wright can definitely head a ball into the back of the net. And then they're looking to find him here. Jordan Wright with the header. Looking to find Gareth Hunt. He was just offside there. They've tried to lay it off to Gareth Hunt a couple of times already today.
Yeah, and
the first one, which everyone thought was offside before Baldock did score. But it's definitely something that I feel he's definitely one of the midfield 3 that are going forward the most, and someone who Baldock Town are really struggling to pick up at the moment.
As we've seen again, the keeper came right out for that free kick and missed it. And if he was onside, he had it across.
It's good defended by Milo Keane. Gerald. Evans couldn't quite get onto it. Gareth Hunt has, though. Joe looking for that ball through. It's good ball be dangerous here. Ashley Hayes free in the box. They're looking for a penalty. That looks a bit soft to me. I feel the referee was... Ashley Hayes, to his credit, he didn't go down for it. It might have been a little touch,
didn't.
but definitely not enough for a penalty.
I couldn't see from the stream, but it didn't look much. It really didn't look much.
It looked like a poke to me, but of course, when there's always an argument of players going down
Too easily.
Maybe the referee would have looked at it more if he went down, but it's just by proxy there. It's proof because he didn't go down that it wasn't a penalty because.
Exactly.
But when you're in the position that Baldock are in right now, if the rules were reversed, I'm sure Biggleswade would have wanted to shout for themselves to get a penalty in that situation as well.
Exactly. But then on the other hand, if you go down, you give the referee decision to make.
Absolutely. Just hit the half an hour mark here at the Kickoff station. God just joined us. Biggleswade took the lead from a penalty by Dave Bullet Parkinson. And it's been a pretty end-to-end game, I would say. Both sides having chances. This game's certainly not over by any stretch of the imagination. I'd be very surprised if this match does end 1-0.
No, definitely. It has been, especially since the goal as well. Baldock have come forward and Biggleswade has tried to stay tight defensively, but then at the other end, Biggleswade have looked dangerous on the attack, especially Cody on the left-hand side.
Absolutely. One thing I feel also that should be mentioned is, of course, Biggleswade before the break, they were sitting top of the league. There was a group of 5 to 6 teams that were within a 2-point period. Biggleswade have played the most games out of the 5 that were up there. But it's good to see that, of course, last week Biggleswade continued where they left off with a victory at Newport Pagnell Town. And as at the moment, the way this game is going, of course, leading by a goal to nil, we'll be hoping to continue that good run. But after a couple of months, it can be difficult to get back into the swing of things. And you just feel 2 early goals it was last week as well by Clayton and Parkinson that just continued off where they left off around November, December time. And I just feel it's very important for Biggleswade to just keep that momentum going, as difficult as it is when you've not played for so long.
Indeed, and then fitness comes into it as well, and strength.
And Gaz Hunt here was fouled by Ashley Hay, and it's a free kick right near us. Of course, we have Josh on the vlog duties today. Ellie on the social media. Leon on the live tweets, of course. Helping out with the stream as well, as always. Plus, we've got Matt doing the photography as well. And, of course, myself and my co-commentator, Michael, on the commentary. Was Taylor there, fouled. But it seems like a good passage of play, this by Biggleswade, keeping the ball in their attacking half.
And it's been like that since he scored the penalty, just trying to calm the game down and control the game at their pace, which at 1-0 up you can do quite easily.
So you're around 10 minutes to go before half-time, and you just feel if Biggleswade get one more goal before half-time, it really does change the complexion of the game.
Indeed. Because that second goal can be so important.
You've got Charlie Hayford over the free kick for United. In a crossing position, of course, there's men in there. Parkinson looked like he got a head onto it, deflected.
Oh.
It was deflected
Corner.
Alfie Warman, and it's gone out of play for a corner, but I don't think Bullet really got his head fully onto it, and it did deflect by the Baldock defender and out of play for a corner.
It's a good ball in, though.
absolutely. And it looks like it's Hayford once again on the corner now, looking to whip this one in. This time it's straight at the goalkeeper, Cameron Grimm. He looks to throw it out quickly. Something I feel that Baldock have capitalised well on is managing to play it out on the counter-attack. That seems to be their main threat, is playing out on the counter-attack. And Biggleswade did very well there, Jordan Gerald, getting it out for a corner straight away and just eliminating that counter-attack, allowing his teammates to come back and defend.
Yeah.
Just slowing the game down. Even Hayford there, losing out with the free kick. It just allows the team to settle back, be in position, and get ready to defend the attack by the visitors.
Yeah, and in that case, it's one of those fouls where you don't mind taking, because it gives you time just to calm down and get back.
Gareth Hunt there winning the free kick. That was good play there by the midfielder. Gerald to Jordan Wright. It's a 1-goal lead. Is never a convincing lead, so Biggleswade will be hoping that they can double the leads. You feel the longer it stays 1-0, the more that Baldock will feel that this game is there for them. But Parkinson looking for that ball once again to Cody Lee Spavins. Gets there beautifully. Parkinson running into the box here as Cody goes for the cross. It's blocked well by the Baldock defender. And as they look now, Cody Spavins coming back there doing absolutely brilliantly. And then Ross Taylor with a lovely bit of skill. And Parkinson just couldn't quite get there, but he done the hard bit right there, Ross Taylor. He just couldn't live with the pass.
I think the saying he sent him to the concourse for a hot dog.
Now, crossing, Ashley Hay, free header, and as I mentioned, not a lot here. It's Ashley Hay, the man I mentioned who scored for Baldock last week. He scored again today, and that's cup football for you there. One chance, one goal, and the defence fell asleep for a couple of seconds, and Ashley Hay made them pay with a lovely, well-driven header, bottom right corner, and now Biggleswade have to start from square one again.
Yeah, and as you said, we were talking earlier about if you switch off one moment and there it is.
Goal for Baldock now, scored by number 9, Ashley Hay.
Just confirmation it was number 9, Ashley Hay, who did just score. Can't sit out Dave Bullet Parkinson's goal from the spot. It is Biggleswade United 1, Baldock Town 1. So close to half-time as well. Around 7 minutes to go before half-time. The old saying goes, never concede before half-time, but Biggleswade have done it today. Because we did go through a bit of a record here this season where Biggleswade, they just couldn't keep a lead before half-time, and because they would have hoped that they could eliminate that with being 2-0 up at half-time last week, but they've got the same problems here at home that they had before the lockdown, and that is just keeping that lead before half-time. They're more of a second half team this season, United, and this could well be dangerous here. Ashley Hayes found himself in space again, and he flooded his lines. Massive let-off there for Biggleswade, and you almost feel that goal kind of shocked the team a little bit there, and going from 1-0 up, they were nearly 2-1 down, Michael. Sorry, I keep cutting you off.
No, it's okay. It looks like the team might want the half-time whistle to come. Like, that goal was really shocking. It's like it came out the blue. Definitely.
Christian will just be hoping that Biggleswade can just weather this storm, go before half-time, and then Christian will get them in at half-time and sort a couple of things out. Like I mentioned, I think we definitely need to get more movement going in the middle of the park in midfield. There's something that I feel that the team has lacked. Parkinson there, he's playing centre forward, but he's going so far back to try and win the ball. And complaining to the referee there, Baldock Town, they don't want the half-time whistle to go.
No, but on that throw-in, I think the linesman might have got that wrong there. I didn't think that was a throw-in to Baldock. But as you said, with Parkinson, he's playing so deep. You've got no one up front for that ball.
He has been. He's well renowned to win the ball further back. To be fair, that is part of his game. but it's normally something that he would do when he's got Clayton alongside him. But once again, that's a poor cross in there by Zach Decker. But it was another chance there by the visitors. And the Biggleswade, from a Biggleswade perspective, you can't wait for the halftime whistle to go. Goalkeepers come out long there to collect that away from Parkinson. It's Baldock here driving forward still. 5 minutes to go before half time. And well defended by Jordan Wright. The pass is short here. Biggleswade doubling up very well. Looking to let fly here with the shot. It's saved well by Ollie Leslie. He's kept Biggleswade in the game today, the goalkeeper.
Yeah, a few good saves the first half.
Yeah, but present Jordan Wright commanding his defence just to woke up a little bit more as Biggleswade here. Of course, their penalty did come from a counter-attack, so you never know here. But Jaden Irish trying to play it through midfield. It's something the Biggleswade have lacked so far in this first half. This is Gerald. Out to Gaz Hunt. They're forcing Biggleswade back here, Baldock. You mentioned they were a mixed bag, and I think we've seen that throughout the whole of the first half from the visitors.
Yeah, it's like first 20-25. Oh, like the first 20-25 minutes, it was a different Baldock. It's almost like another team turned up.
All over the top here, looking for Charlie Rome. Ollie Leslie had to come out there and deal with that. Some more defending to do. Biggleswade just want, like I keep saying, just keep weathering the storm, and they just want to see this out now before half time. And then I'm sure Christian will have a lot to say in his half-time team talk to try and turn this around.
Exactly.
Again, it's no flag for offside. The ball's gone straight to Ollie Leslie in the goal. It seems that the visitors have, for the time being, have managed to keep Cody Lee Spavins quiet on that left-hand side. They've doubled up on him very well.
Yeah. And then,
just looking for alternatives at the nice little 1-2 between Hayford and Moglio. Nice little touch by Parkinson. It's unfortunate there. One step too quick there.
And since that goal, it's the game's flipped on its head.
Absolutely, it's changed the whole complexion of the match. Now that was unlucky there. Moglio was looking to get onto that, and that was a good heading away clearance by Lewis or Baldock. Yes. Myro Keane to Jordan Wright. Right. Maybe let fly here. Going for the shot, Jordan Wright.
Ooh.
Taking matters into his own hands, but the shot was straight at the goalkeeper. But from that position, you don't necessarily mind the centre half going for a strike if there's no other options, I guess.
And the way he ran through there, it was.
And now Biggleswade have more defending to do here. Ross Taylor does very well to get the ball back there. A couple of minutes to go here before stoppages in the first half. Referee has stopped play for a foul, and it's a yellow card. I'm just trying to get confirmation of for Baldock player who that was. It's a yellow card for Ben Dahona. Apologies if I've butchered the name a little bit there. There's a pronunciation in there I'm sure I've got wrong. But yeah, it's a yellow card for Baldock Town, for the Baldock Town player.
Looks like referee just
gone very deep to win the ball. Parkinson leading by example. Brought it back there to Jordan Gerald. Gerald to Gaz Hunt, to Hayford, Charlie Hayford. To Gaz Hunt, who's turned well. He could play it through the Cody Spavins, was unfortunate. It's been cleared out of play for a throw-in to Biggleswade.
Yeah, and it was a great ball through there. Just shows what can happen once again if they play those quick passes.
Oh, we're just waiting for a ball here now. One of the balls went straight over the ground, so we're just waiting for a ball at the moment.
The joys of a small ground.
It's Hayford here. Biggleswade guys sort of pass out to Jaden Irish. Irish to Montlier. Unfortunate there. Now ball back with Jordan Wright. Not long to go now before half time. Potential counter attack here for Baldock. Biggleswade put everyone forward for that attack, and now this could be dangerous. Ollie Leslie collects well to deny what would have been a one-on-one opportunity for Dylan Logan. Referee looks at his whistle. Not long to go now before half time. Any second now. That ball's collected away. Referee looks at his watch as we're still playing here.
Christian will probably be looking forward to half-time whistle, and there we go.
That's the half-time whistle. What's your thoughts on that first half, Michael?
Well, it was a tale of two halves, really, in the first half. First 20, 25 minutes, Biggleswade dominated the game, got some nice passes in, got the goal courtesy of Parkinson from the penalty spot, but then that goal from Baldock just changed the complexion of the game, and Biggleswade seemed kind of shocked after that, and probably a great for the half-time whistle.
It reminds me of a typical cup tie, almost like an FA Cup tie, something like that. But of course, this is the Gladwish Spring Cup, so it is a cup competition, of course. So and it's definitely being played by one for both sides. Both sides going for it, both sides playing for the win. It's something that you like to see. But like you said, Biggleswade will certainly want to try and get that momentum that they did have when they did score the penalty. But before Baldock scored, they haven't reacted since Baldock have scored. And that half-time whistle, I think, has come at the perfect time. As we see here, Christian Collest, we're actually doing the half-time team talks, I think, on the pitch. That might be to do with the protocols. I'm not actually too sure. I'll try and get that confirmed for you all.
Might be.
So yeah, of course, Biggleswade, they started off scoring the goal. Around the 22nd minute mark, they got the penalty from Dave Bullet Park. Cody Spavins went down, a fantastic run. Was brought down, referee pointed to the spot. Dave Bullet Parkinson, as he always does, sent the goalkeeper the wrong way. A lovely penalty. I don't think many goalkeepers in the world could have saved that. It was right in the corner, fantastically well taken penalty. And at the time, was against the run of play, was Ashley Hayes' brilliant header, bottom right corner. And Ollie Leslie, he's been the busier goalkeeper out of the two. And he's certainly kept Biggleswade's level in this game. Ollie Leslie with some tremendous saves. And
definitely, yeah, Ollie Wade in the Biggleswade goal made a few massive saves, and it could be more.
Of course, we'd like to thank everybody who is watching the streams either on YouTube or on Twitch. Make sure you do hit the subscribe button and the follow button. Of course, we'd love for everybody to be here with us, but of course, when it's more safer to do so, of course, we'll be looking forward to a full house here at the Keach Hospice Care Stadium. It gives me a good chance though to shout out some sponsors for Biggleswade United, and of course the players. You can sponsor a player. It's only £75 a season, and we'd like to say a huge thank you, of course, to the new sponsors of Biggleswade, Keach Hospice Care, who have, of course, sponsored. The initially was named Second Meadow, now named the Keach Hospice Care Stadium, so we'd like to say a huge thank you to them. Of course, with Top 11, the first team jersey sponsor, and of course the media in Glacier, who sponsor our coach Christian Colles, who has a very interesting halftime team talk, as you can see on your screen now, that he will have to give to his players to try and turn this game around. Tyler Haddo, he's on the bench today for Biggleswade, the goalkeeper. He's sponsored by J&R Coaching from Luton, so huge thank you for them for sponsoring Tyler. And Dave Bullet Parkinson, of course, he scored in that first half, sponsored by Flatbat 4. Huge thank you to them. And of course, if you'd like some merchandise, Flatbat 4 do some nice hoodies and some nice shirts with Biggleswade United on them. More information on that will be on the Biggleswade website. And Ollie Leslie, of course, who's in goal for Biggleswade, made a couple crucial saves in that first half. He's sponsored by the Perkins family, so a huge thank you for them for sponsoring Ollie Leslie. And George Harlow, who I believe is on the bench, he's sponsored by CMR Productions and Sofa Light TV, so a huge thank you for them. And like I've mentioned, we'd like to invite anyone who wants to sponsor one of our players and join the BUFC family. It's only £75 per season. More information will be on the Biggleswade United website as we look forward to the start of the second half within the next 10 minutes or so. And Christian looks like he's definitely got a plan in place there. I don't know if you can see it on screen.
Yeah, looks like Chris. He would have been happy with the first half of the first half, but after, I think, that last 10-15 minutes, he wouldn't have been happy at all.
No. And I mean, from a Baldock perspective, I think from their coach's perspective, if we were to look at the visitors here, for them, they would probably want more of the same as the way they've been playing. But of course, from a home side perspective, Christian will be looking for a lot more. You could argue when the penalty was given, Baldock had a couple chances before Biggleswade scored the penalty. And then when Baldock scored the equaliser, they continued where they left off before Biggleswade scored. So the goal by Biggleswade definitely did boost them up a little bit. I think it gave them more confidence, but the goal that was then conceded, all the confidence was just shattered there. And then, of course, Ashley Hay nearly scored straight after that as well. Fantastic save by Ollie Leslie to keep it at 1-1. But this game is still finally in the balance, and it's definitely anybody's game. And hopefully it should lead to a fantastic second half.
Hopefully, and yeah.
Commentator's curse.
Just hope that doesn't come back. It's been an interesting game, though. It really has. Once again, as Ryan has said, we do thank everyone for joining us today on Twitch and on YouTube. Feel free to comment. Get your thoughts on what you thought of that first half. What changes would you want to see? How would you want the second half to play out? So get your comments in on Twitch or YouTube. We'll read some better. Have we got any to read out right now? On any thoughts on that first half? 1 Baldock Town 1. Missing the feel of being there, but loving the streams. No problems. We're just sad that fans can't be there, but very soon we'll all be back together supporting the boys from the stands rather than at home. Especially today, because it does look like an absolutely gorgeous day in Bedfordshire. Maybe Ryan can give more details on if it's quite cold as well. Oh, coming in from America, Andreas. What time is it over there in America, actually? I think it's quite early there, so credit to you for waking up so early to support the team. Never been to America.
Been up to?
Good weather, yeah. Does look like it. While the music blares out, can I hear what song's being played? I've heard it before, but I don't know the name. Might need to push up on the music knowledge.
Yeah.
But yeah, it has been one of those cup ties, and it's going to be interesting in the second half how Biggleswade come out. Do they go with the same intensity they did for the first 20 minutes? Do they play it safe, try and ease themselves in again? Do Baldock Town go for the counter attack like they have been? It's very interesting, and it's a cup tie, so anything can happen. So it's been an interesting game, and hopefully in the second half we'll get more of the same. Can't see end of 1-1 though, to be honest with you. It's been a very open, but almost like a basketball game at times. One team attacks, the other team attacks. Quite end to end, but I just want to say a big thank you before we take a short break. A big thank you to Ryan, commentary, Ellie, Ari, all the volunteers who were doing the stream today. A big thank you. But we're going to take a very short break, and we'll be with you for the second half. Cheers, guys.
We are back for the second half. Apologies for that. Baldock have got themselves an early free kick here. We have just kicked off here for the second half. So Michael will be joining us momentarily. Of course, Biggleswade having it all to do now after taking the lead from a penalty from David Parkinson. Was cancelled out by Ashley Hay, meaning that we are back where we left off. But free kick now for the visitors.
And we are back for the second half.
It's a free kick, very dangerous position here for Baldock. Free kick's taken, it's gone through the wall and just wide. The bottom left there, wide of the post, past Ollie Leslie, and luckily for us, sorry?
Change people.
Oh, they have had a change of goalkeeper at halftime, and Leon has just let me know that Tyler Haddo is now between the sticks. I did mention that, of course, there's the goalkeeping competition, like the competitiveness of between the sticks, and Christian's changed it up at half time here. What have you made of that, Michael?
Yeah, that's kind of shocking.
It might just be just get them both minutes, I think, on the field a little bit, getting back into competitive action. Hopefully it's not an injury or anything like that, and hopefully that was tactically regardless, because Ollie Leslie did make some great saves in that first half, but I think it might just well be, Ollie gets 45 minutes, Taylor gets the next 45, just to see how they both get on against the same side,
Yeah, because he didn't look injured. I've got to say, he didn't look injured, so it might be, as you said, might be just tactical from Christian.
He's sitting on the dugout as I speak right now. He's sitting in the dugout, so I have to feel it's probably not an injury, otherwise he would be getting treated, but he's sitting on the bench. He doesn't look too much discomfort, but I'll try and get some confirmation of that shortly.
Yeah.
Was there any other subs I missed there, Leon?
Don't think so.
No.
Doesn't look like it.
So that's half-time substitution of Ollie Leslie being replaced by Taylor Haddo from England under-17 goalkeeper, of course. Looking for the ball over top here to Gareth Hunt. That's what we were talking about. The goalkeeper coming out very quickly. Free kick's been given in the goalkeeper's favour, but I think maybe Christian has looked at that and said at half-time, challenge the keeper a little bit more, because he's not afraid to come out of his goal. And straight there from the get-go, that's what Gaz has gone for. It's a long ball over the top this time for Baldock, who are trying to continue where they left off the first half. Ball's crossed in, looking for Ashley Hayes past him. And he's controlled it well. So I'm back out here to Ollie Trott, who goes for the shot from range. It's over the bar, though.
But it looks like Gaz took one right in the face then.
He did, yeah. And it's an interception here for Baldock. They go for the shot and they've hit the post, and that's another warning sign for Biggleswade. Biggleswade haven't come out of the second half so far.
And once again, it was a mistake in the back.
Quickly. As Jordan Wright intercepts there. Jaden Irish and Cody, bit of a miscommunication there. It's Gaz Hunt now looking up, looking to find Dave Philip Parkinson. Goalkeeper's come out quickly here. Of course, he can't grab the ball from that position. It's definitely something that Biggleswade can take advantage of here. Biggleswade looking for the free kick, but it is a throw to Baldock Town. It seemed a bit harsh there. Jordan Wright telling the ref exactly how he feels about that. Marlo King clears the way. Just want to get through this 5-minute spell here, Biggleswade, and because the visitors will definitely tire the way that they've been playing. Of course, it's a different for Biggleswade as well, and it's something that, of course, every goalkeeper likes to command their defence, so it'll be very different now for Taylor Haddo as it is for Ollie Leslie.
Yeah, and it remains to see how defence reacts.
Sorry, Michael.
No, it's okay. It'll be interesting to see how the defence reacts. As you said, each keeper likes to command the defence quite differently.
That ball over the top. One cleared by Gerald. Baldock looking for the foul there, and they do win the foul. Biggleswade scoring more and more frustrated at the start of this second half.
I think the biggest thing they can do is just stay calm, stay compact, and try and get back into the game.
Baldock now looking to drive in this free kick. Jordan Wright will want to collect that. He hasn't managed, though. Actually, hey, that's too high for him. He's looking for a penalty. Referee says no. As Biggleswade now chance to counter-attack. Parkinson controls the ball, also being fouled slightly there, but couldn't quite get there. And Hayford gathers the ball, then gets brought down and wins a free kick himself.
Yeah, great play there from Biggleswade on the counter-attack, just getting the ball forward quickly.
It's almost roles reversed at the moment. Of course, Baldock had most of their chances from counter-attacking play in the first half, and like I said, the roles have almost reversed at the start of this second half. It's Biggleswade now looking to try it, and most of their attacks are to be gathered by counter-attacks. So Biggleswade will hope to try and put that right and take more of control in the midfield. Of course, there is Charlie Black on the bench that can come on, Ethan Flanagan in defence, and George Harlow and Reece Jean. Of course, we've had one substitution, Tyler Haddo, for Ollie Leslie at half-time, and two goalkeepers. As the free kick's driven into the box now, but it's come out straight to the goalkeeper. A bit frustrating there from the Biggleswade perspective.
And just a quick score update from the Premier League, if anyone is curious to know. Newcastle are currently 2-0 up against West Ham, who are down to 10 men.
Oh, wow. That is a shocking scoreline here in Baldock Town now. They've got an opening. Once again, it's another opportunity for Baldock Town. You have to feel if they don't take these chances, it will come back and bite them, as they say. Baldock Town has so many chances, but once again, it's off target. I'm just trying to work out who was it that had the shot there for Baldock Town. He's the man who's going over to take the corner. Just trying to get confirmation of who that was. Went into the box with confidence there. Number 8, it was Charlie Rowan that drove into the box there. Couple step overs, tried to hit a bottom right corner, but it went wide of the post, slightly deflected, of course, and now Baldock have the corner, which is crossed in by Charlie Rowan. Ball's crossed in. Collected by Gerald, but still danger here for Biggleswade. It's headed away. Parkinson collects on. Too far for Cody Lee Spavins. There's too much. I think there's too much space in between the Biggleswade players. They're not close enough to each other at the moment to collect the ball. So whenever they do get the ball, it's very difficult for them to come out and counter-attack at the moment. They're finding it very difficult.
Indeed, but as you said, but if Baldock don't take these chances, as we've seen many times in football,
Actually,
it comes back to bite you.
For the visitors since he scored. And it's another potential breakaway here for the visitors. They got the shot here, Charlie Rowan. It's nice, crucial top by Jordan Wright. He is not happy. Obviously, the captain of Jordan will make sure that he tells his players how it is when they're not playing how they should be.
Indeed.
Yeah, Ross Taylor. You just feel Biggleswade. They just need that passage of play where they get a couple passes together, get the confidence back up a little bit, and then that's how you go up the field and create your chances. Because, of course, with Parkinson, all he needs is one chance, and he can put it in the back of the net. And what we've seen with Baldock Town is they've had quite a few chances where they've hit the ball wide. And by the looks of it, we just have to be, if we do collect those chances, it's very important that we are very clinical. And just a bit of luck sometimes doesn't go against. Sometimes the luck goes against you. Just there, this Cody Spavins controlling it with his hand. It didn't look blatant, of course, but of course, when it's a handball, it is a free kick. But sometimes it's the luck of the green there. You want that to hit your thigh or your leg, but instead the ball just struck his hand, and it was a free kick to the visitors, just like that, and you lost the ball. So it's just a bit unfortunate there for Cody.
And as you can see on screen there, we just had a little tour around our clubhouse. Many thanks to Ellie for giving us a quick tour there. and I believe, if I'm right, the beer garden's back open today?
They are indeed, yes. I believe they open at 5:30 today. They are open for the FA Cup semi-final. So if you are about in the area, the beer gardens will be open, of course, at the Keach Hospice Care Stadium, just outside the ground. We've got the TV set up outside. And Jordan Wright there didn't collect that very well. And another chance goes begging for the visitors.
But yeah,
good shout out there, Michael. Yeah, the beer garden is open 5:30, I believe, is the time they open. I'll get that confirmed before the start. Is it 3:00?
Ahead of the FA Cup semi-final between Chelsea and Manchester City.
I do apologise. They're actually open at 3:00, and Jaden Irish there has lost his man.
Oh, he's got to be careful here.
Looks like it's just outside the area, but the ref's looking at his pocket, and Jaden Irish could be in trouble here. The red card looks to be... He did reach for his back pocket, which is not normally good. He was caught off guard, and he has been sent off there. Disaster here for Biggleswade United. I'm just trying to get confirmation of... I believe it was Jaden Irish. He lost control of the ball and lost control of the man, and continued to hold the player's shirt. He went down just outside the box. And Jaden Irish has been sent off for Biggleswade. It gets from bad to worse here for Biggleswade United.
But the thing is,
the script.
No, but unfortunately the referee had no choice. He was last man, denying a goal scoring opportunity. The referee had no choice but to give him his marching orders.
Biggleswade now have it all to do. There is confirmation on your screen that the beer gardens will be open at 3:00 British Standard Time. You can watch today's FA Cup semi-final. It's still 1-1 here, despite all the chaos here at the Keach Hospice Care Stadium. Biggleswade now looking to defend a free kick. They are a man down now. The crucial man in midfield, the holding midfielder of Jaden Irish. That's the first sending off he's had this season.
It'll be interesting to see now. It'll be interesting to see now how Christian, whether he makes a sub to short the midfield. Does he sacrifice one of the strikers?
A free kick now is to be taken. Free kick, and it's just over the bar by Ben Lehano. He's been one of Baldock's best players today. I didn't actually catch really. I caught the last bit of a sending off, of course. Michael, maybe you can go through what exactly happened there, because I was trying to plug the beer garden and I kind of missed what happened. So
Jaden Irish, he was quite slow in defence. The Baldock player took the ball off him, running through on goal, and Jaden just kept pulling him back. He was last man. He went down the edge of the box, and the referee had no choice but to send off. He was last man, and he denied a goal scoring opportunity.
Cody D. Spabbins. That's being on the counter attack there, and Parkinson found Cody D. Spabbins, who going forward has been the royal bright spot for Biggleswade today. One thing that is worth noting, despite being a man down, Biggleswade are still level in this match, despite being very much the second best majority of this second half. Spabbins pressing well here, Cody D. Spabbins trying to catch the defender off guard, and maybe that sending off kind of woke up Biggleswade a little bit, Michael.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's I know it sounds stupid, but it looks like the sending off might have helped Biggleswade wake up and
Charlie Hayes done brilliantly there to win the free kick. Sorry, do you need to hold it a little bit if you're doing
But yeah, unfortunately for Jaden, he left the referee with no choice.
Definitely come out and played a bit more here. That was unfortunate by Chloe looking to find Ross Taylor. Crucial point of the game now, Biggleswade.
Very crucial.
It's a great little ball there from Jordan Gerald looking to find Myro Keane. Baldock now back on the ball a little bit more. Of course, they've got the man advantage on Biggleswade right now. It looks like Charlie Black is coming into midfield. He's just getting a couple talks there by Christian on the side. He looks like he'll be coming on soon. Definitely somebody who can help out the lack of man on in the midfield for Biggleswade. Jordan Wright clears away. And the shot's taken, it's deflected. It's out by Jordan Gerald, looking for a potential counter attack here. You've got Cody Scrabbins here on this left hand side. Cleared away by Captain Alex Colfin.
I think the big thing now for Biggleswade in the next 5 minutes is to keep it tight and try and get themselves back into the game.
Absolutely. It looks like a double substitution is going to be made by Christian. And it's like Gareth Hunt's coming off for Biggleswade.
Replacing number 15, John Morgano, is number 16, Charlie Black.
So that's Charlie Black coming on for Dom Moglio. And I'm just trying to get confirmation of who else is coming in. Number 17, Charlie Black coming on. Reece Jean coming on for Dom Moglio coming off for Reece Jean, and Charlie Black coming on for Gareth Hunt. That's 3 changes made now. Reece Jean looking to make an instant impact here on this right hand side. Now, nice little dummy. Charlie Black going for his goal, just wide of the post. But United, the 2 substitutes trying to make an impact right off the back there.
Yeah, and sometimes that's what you need.
Yeah, just over half an hour to go here at the Keach Hospice Care Stadium. It is a goal apiece. Here in Biggleswade, they're also a man down as well. The last 5 to 10 minutes, the last 5 minutes or so, they're looking to get the ball a lot more. The old saying goes that sometimes you can play better with 10 men, and Biggleswade will be hoping that is the case today.
Yeah, indeed, and it's interesting to see now once Biggleswade made their change how Baldock react.
Absolutely.
Do they change their plan, or do they just stick what they've been doing?
Well, it being a cup competition in Biggleswade, they've got the attitude at the moment of why not just go for it? You know, it's a cup competition. So they've definitely played a lot better since the sending off. Biggleswade. That might have even caught the visitors off guard a little bit. Charlie Black will be looking to get that ball and does well. He's trying to get in the crossing position now. Does very well to win his side. I believe that is a corner. No, wait, is it? No, I do. Yeah, it is a corner too.
I thought it was a corner.
Yeah, it is a corner. I just got a little bit confused because nobody was going towards the ball, but of course Jordan Gerald, the man who is going to take the corner, is just going over to the corner flag now. Set pieces is something that Biggleswade can work well on. We see goals near the start of the season from the likes of Jordan Wright, and Ethan Flanagan, of course, is on the bench today. Also, there's been 3 substitutions made now by Christian. The goalkeeping substitution at half time, the Charlie Black coming on for Don Moglio, as well as Reece Jean coming on for Gaz Hunt. Biggleswade now looking to retake the lead after going in front in the first half. Corner is taken. Jordan Wright gets a head onto it, but it's come off the head of Tommy Reynolds of Baldock Town, and it's another corner, this time the other side, and Charlie Hayford will be looking to cross this one in.
Yeah, quite a deep corner as well. Tried to get the ball back in.
Hayford now taking the corner, crucial point in the match. This corner's taken, gone for everybody. He's still in a dangerous position. Parkinson can't quite get a touch onto it. It's gone out of play for another corner for the hosts.
Gonna need a new ball.
Hayford once again over the corner, whips it in. Looking at the back post, Jordan Wright couldn't quite get there. It's headed away well. Still in a dangerous position for Biggleswade. Cody Spavin's there, nudged off the ball, and a chance now for Baldock to counter attack. It's well defended though by Biggleswade. It's all about being disciplined here. Ashley Hay on the ball for Baldock. Trying to keep this on here. It's well caught by Tyler Haddo. Of course, we'd like to thank J&R Coaching from Luton for sponsoring Taylor Haddo. And of course, if you would like to sponsor any of the players out there today, of course, in a Biggleswade shirt, it is £75 per season to hashtag join the club. Sponsorship fee. Jean did well there because in the open space was Ben or Baldock Town. Jean had to come back and get there and did very well.
Indeed, and it looks like Baldock still haven't kind of adapted to the sending off, but I could. I'm glad we didn't score there because that would have looked quite stupid.
Dylan Logan crosses in, headed just wide of the post once again.
The Baldock manager won't be happy because he's hoping his team is going to take one of these chances because all you need is one chance to score.
There were 25 minutes to go, of course, Biggleswade down to 10 men. Anyone wondering if they're sticking or twisting, they're definitely still going for it in this game. They're just staying extra cautious, keeping a couple men back there, which I think is probably the sensible option for United at the moment. Keeping a couple men, still allowing to go forward, but not over-committing too many bodies.
And with 10 men, that's what you need to. You need to make sure your defence is sort of 34.
Jordan Wright's looking to play that ball into Cody Spavin to put all the flags up for offside, but does a cheeky finish. The flags up anyway, he wouldn't have counted. But that's the sort of ball over the top that, especially like you said, when you're down to 10 men, could work very well. It's just all about timing the run to perfection, and Cody was unfortunate there not to do that.
But it's a ball that's been working all day for Biggleswade. They've got in a couple of times.
Oh, that's a nice, comfortable header in the end by Jordan Wright to Taylor Haddo. Thanks, Jordan Wright there coming forward for Biggleswade. Ross Taylor looking to find Cody Lee Spavins. Couldn't quite get there, and Baldock's captain is Alex Copeland managed to clear away for a throw-in just by the corner flag.
But once again, it's that ball through again. Cody causing real problems.
Parkinson couldn't quite. Ross Taylor well defended and managed to keep it in play, Baldock. But looking for that perfect header in there. They were 2-on-1, or 2-on-2, I should say. Baldock there, but Biggleswade managed to collect well. Milo Keane, who we haven't seen an awful lot of in this game, or in the second half specifically, sorry. That's Jordan Gerald. Because like I said, very different not playing without your supporters here. Biggleswade. That was unfortunate there by Reece Jean. You've got to remember as well, of course, we've had a couple of pre-season, we've had a couple of friendlies before the competitive stage. We had our first competitive game, so it can take a while to adjust to play a full 90-minute competitive match, especially when you're down to 10 men as well.
Yeah. And especially in this type of situation when it's almost end-to-end.
BH Plastering, come on BUFC, but we hope that they can pull something out the bag here. It's proven to be very difficult though, and we did mention Baldock being a bit of a mixed bag. They've shown stages of brilliance and moments of calamitous sometimes, but you could argue both sides have in this game.
Yep, it has been one of those games where it's been the opposite from both sides.
Dangerous, Jordan Wright heads away. See Parkinson there, he's all out on his own there. It's very different to last week, of course, he had Charlie Clayton alongside him. Charlie Clayton not available today. And you just feel that Parkinson is missing that strike partner next to him. Just to, it takes the pressure off Bullet sometimes a little bit. And when you have that extra man up front with you, you can build off each other and set up each other. It's a lot easier sometimes when you do have that extra man in attack to help you out. And the shots there fluffed by Dylan Logan. Couldn't quite connect his laces through the ball there.
I think that's 4 balls now we've lost over the fence today.
Just thought I'd give a little quick score update for you guys. It is actually Newcastle 2, West Ham 2 now. West Ham scoring 2 goals in the second half. So they've managed to get a 2-goal deficit after going down to 10 men. So Newcastle now drawing 2-2 with West Ham. West Ham coming back with the 10 men.
And now there's another goal flash I can give you live right now. Newcastle have just gone 3-2 up.
Oh, wow. That's just... Couldn't have timed that any better.
No, you couldn't have. I don't know who scored, but Newcastle have just gone 3-2 up.
Oh, wow. And now we'll come back here in Baldock Town here. Have a potential opportunity. He's drive through. And the chance has... They have taken the chance. Baldock Town, you can argue the goal has been coming for quite a while. And it's Charlie Rome who's been knocking on the door to score all game. And he's made Biggleswade punish this time. Danced through the defence. You can argue it was a bit easy, but you can also say that, of course, Biggleswade have been down to 10 men for quite a long time. And it looks like Biggleswade will be making a couple more changes now. Ethan Flanagan coming on. This could well be a response to the goal, or, of course, this could have already been a time substitution, but because Flanagan was getting ready for quite a long time. But it was Charlie Rome who have had a couple chances that he's fluffed in this game and managed to take that one. And now Biggleswade, a man down and 2-1 down at home, have it all to do now if they want to at least get a point out of this game.
Yeah, and it has been coming, and unfortunately, it looks like the man advantage is come back.
George Harlow coming on for Ross Taylor. Trying to work out the system that Christian's going for here. It's Ethan Flanagan coming on as well, the centre half. It looks like he's changed it up to a back three. I just heard Jordan Wright say back three. So it's George Harlow that has come on for Ross Taylor. And Ethan Flanagan has come on for Milo Keane. Is that right?
I don't know who it is.
I think it's Milo.
No, Milo's still there.
Milo's still there, okay. It might have been Cody, actually. I can't see Cody.
Yeah, it's Cody. Yeah.
Cody Lee Spavin's coming off. He's had he's been definitely one of the bright spots in this game for Biggleswade. He's come off now for Ethan Flanagan as well. But it looks like more of a back three here for Biggleswade. A back three of Jordan Wright, Jordan Gerald, and Ethan Flanagan. What do you make of that, Michael?
Yeah, I think right now it's basically all or nothing from Christian. Three at the back, and more people can go forward and hopefully get back into the game. So it doesn't really surprise me that Christian's gone three at the back. But whether that's down to the red card or whether it was already planned, we just don't know.
Well, Milo Keane is a lot further forward now. He's almost up front with Dave Bullet Parkinson. So he looks like Bullet has got a bit more support there. And like you said, you're in a situation now where you're 2-1 down. It's almost like, well, it's all or nothing now. If you go for it and you can see the third, don't mind too much as long as you give it your all. And go up the pitch. And Parkinson's going to control that well. But he's won his team the free kick in a very dangerous position here. And it could turn the tide if you are just joining us. Biggleswade find themselves behind and a man down here after going 1-0 up from an early penalty by Dave Bullet Parkinson. Ashley Hay then equalised shortly after, and just around 5 minutes ago had Charlie Rome scored for Baldock Town against a 10-man Biggleswade. But they've got a chance now after making a good couple subs. They've gone to a back three, tried to change it up a little bit, Christian here, and Hayford is over the free kick. Cross is taken, headed away comfortably in the end by the visitors. Gerald trying to get it back into the danger. Jordan Wright was in an offside position, couldn't quite go for it. It's Charlie Black now. And now there's space for Baldock now to counter-attack, which is what I mentioned just now. Ashley Hay, he looks like to be going for it himself for Ashley Hay. It's well defended at the back there by George Harlow, like I mentioned. Not the sort of position he's used to, but when it comes to this level of the game, sometimes you've got to experiment a couple of things.
And apologies before if you might have heard any inappropriate language before that free kick was taken. As I said, it is being played behind closed doors, so you can hear most of what's being said on the pitch. So apologies to everyone there.
So Ben Lamore coming off for Baldock and coming on for him. Was Mel McLeod, I believe. Just come on for the visitors. So I believe that might well be their first substitution of the game for Baldock. Of course, they haven't really.
I think it is.
Game. Jordan Wright looking to clear this out. He does it all on his own very well. And George Harlow couldn't quite collect there, but Wright put the ball back with Jordan Wright. There's no support there whatsoever. And could be in trouble here, Biggleswade. Jordan Wright collects again. Harlow clears. George Harlow loses it out there. Ethan Flanagan clears away. Hits his own man in the process. That's confirmation of the substitutes that Biggleswade made in the second half on screen for you now. Of course, we'd like to give a huge thank you to everyone watching at home. It's a shame that you all can't be here watching with us. But we thank you for staying at home, staying within the restrictions here. And Jordan right there with a little push. The referee says there's nothing there. Probably there's nothing in there though. Reece Jean does well there to get the ball. I mean, Biggleswade, they're still very much in this game, despite the fact that Baldock have dominated the possession in this, especially since the sending off. There's still only one goal between the two sides, and you know it only takes a couple of seconds to put the ball in the back of the net. So you never know.
Indeed.
This could well be an opportunity here.
But also, Baldock have had
of regular time.
Baldock have had so many chances to get more goals, and you've got to feel like they've wasted loads of chances.
That was unfortunate by Jordan Gerald. A bit too far for everybody, and it's out play for a goal kick. Quick reminder, of course, you're all welcome to come to the Beer Garden at 3 o'clock. We'll have live coverage of the FA Cup semi-final between Chelsea and Manchester City. The bar is open for that. So feel free to come along. Of course, Keach Hospice Care Stadium in Biggleswade. We look forward to seeing all of you, of course. They've got all the restrictions in place, all the tables nicely spread out to make sure that it is a safe and good environment to welcome people to the Beer Garden. So 3 o'clock, that's open. So come down if you are local.
And also, it looks like a great day for a beer, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. I mean, it's a bit cold up here in the gantry, but I'm sure it's very hot out there on the pitch. And specifically, the ball's come back out now to Talahado. Nice. It's unfortunate by Myro. Just haven't been able to have Biggleswade. The one thing I think they've struggled with specifically I think since Baldock's first goal, it's just been keeping the ball and getting them passes together. They've really struggled. Baldock have, to their credit, have played very well, especially since they scored the first goal, and they've kind of not let up since. And that kind of forced the sending off as well from the amount of pressure they were putting on the defence. Jordan Wright, Baldock player's gone down, but the referee says nothing given there. Wright will want to collect this now. He's got it back to Tyler Haddo. Of course, if that is an injury to Ollie Leslie, it's not something that Christian would have planned for if that wasn't tactical between Ollie Leslie and Tyler Haddo. Having two different goalkeepers on in the same game sometimes can be a bit of a challenge as well.
And it is something you don't see much as well.
Apologies for any foul language you heard there. Parkinson being doubled up on there very well. Parkinson won the ball back very well. Referee says play on. Went for the shot himself and a bit wide here.
But it just shows the intent from Biggleswade, even though they're down to 10 men. They're still pushing.
They want to make sure that they're trying. They're almost not allow Baldock to get in their heads a bit. At the moment, Baldock are doing. They're getting in the heads of the Biggleswade players, and Biggleswade they want to make sure that doesn't happen. They want to make sure they just play the game and try not to let the opposition get in their heads a little bit. So at the moment, I feel is what's going on down there at the moment. Baldock now have another chance here to break away. It's Ashley Hay to Tommy Reynolds. Biggleswade next game after this is next Saturday against Amesbury Vale Dynamo. It's a side that did beat Baldock Town last week by 4 goals to 1. We've got around 5 minutes to go plus injury time here. What do you think Biggleswade should do from here on out to try and... Do you think there's a way back here for Biggleswade, Michael?
Yeah, like it looks like in the last 5 minutes that they've been they've been trying to control possession and just been trying to gain confidence. And you never know, one chance is all you need.
Absolutely, and despite the domination by Baldock, there's still only 1 goal in this, and like we keep saying, it only takes a couple of seconds to score. The ball's crossed in. It's just the quality in the final third. Specifically being down to 10 men, unfortunately. It's not really been there for Biggleswade today. It's something we definitely want to work on between now and next Saturday.
And to quote a Dua Lipa song, changing the lyrics, 1 chance is all it takes.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said that better myself.
Big Dua Lipa fan I am.
Jordan Gerald now. Biggleswade still looking for that equaliser. Parkinson in face! Parkinson! Oh, he's in! Baldock Town have cleared it off the line. It just wasn't hard enough. That was the chance by Dave Philip Parkinson. He's toe poked it past the goalkeeper, but it's cleared off the line for a corner. That was the chance, surely. Incredible. Corner's taken now, it's crossed in, and it's headed over the bar by Jordan Wright. And when it's your match, Michael. But that was just agonisingly close.
Oh, I'm telling you, the bullet was on his way celebrating. He thought he'd score, but unbelievable tracking back from the defence to get it off the line just in time.
Well, they have been collectively played as a team today, Baldock, and they needed it there. I heard the cheers, and to be honest, I thought they allowed the goal, but the cheers actually came from the Baldock dugout from that clearance. It was celebrated like it was a goal, because it was just as important as scoring a goal, that clearance. And we mentioned about all you need is 1 chance, but like I keep mentioning, sometimes you need the luck to go your way, and that just proves that, with a couple minutes left, hopefully Biggleswade can give them confidence.
Indeed.
Sometimes you create your own luck as well, and Biggleswade will be looking to do that now. Baldock doing more defending now in these last couple of minutes, and they'll know as well. The more Biggleswade, go forward, the more vulnerable they could be going back with the man less as well.
But also, like the amount of pressure Baldock have put on through the game. The amount of pressure Baldock have shown through the game when they went 1-0 down, could that be coming back to bite them? Could their energy levels start to drop?
Well, this would definitely be a point gain for Biggleswade if they do manage to grab a late equaliser here at the Keach Hospice Care Stadium. Jordan Jones, his crosses haven't really been on par, but we'll be looking for a good one here. Cross into the box. Charlie Black with the shot. There's no deflection there, and it's out of play for a goal kick with around a minute to go plus injury time. But that was the chance there by Dave Bullet Parkinson. I mean, the toe poke, it wasn't, I don't want to criticise the finish because obviously it was on target and you don't expect a defender to run in like that and clear it off the line. But if the finish was slightly harder, you feel they'll definitely going to hit the back of the net. But Jordan right there, as he normally does, the centre half, bombing forward in a situation where Biggleswade need to score. The extra man up there, the big presence of Jordan Wright, trying to put pressure on the Baldock defence in the closing stages.
Definitely.
One thing I will quickly say is Biggleswade, they never give up in games. So most games I've covered, they always try and give it their all from start to finish. And we're seeing a late surge here from United, and they hope to try and get that equaliser. But have they left it too little too late? That is the question.
But it just shows the fight and the determination that the players leaving everything out on it.
It's still Logan now, and he's looking to find as a well-timed tackle by Reece Jean, and maybe a late chance here for a counter-attack for Biggleswade. Charlie Hayes brought down free kick.
Cynical.
That's what you call a tactical foul there by Baldock. He knew that, just to slow the game down, the times against him. There is a yellow card there for Charlie Rome. Of course, as it stands, it's the match winner for Baldock, but we hope that isn't the case. Come the final whistle, it's probably the last stages now. Reece Jean looking to collect this. Does well to get past the defender. He's managed to get past the defender. Low cross in. Oh, there was 2 men around the ball there. No one player responded to it. Ashley Hayes up there with Charlie Rome and Gerald there, bringing the foul on the halfway line, which will cause a yellow card for him now. Is a yellow card there by Jordan Gerald. And Baldock will take their time with this now.
And just in other news, Norwich have been promoted to the Premier League.
I didn't hear that.
Norwich have been promoted.
Oh, congratulations to Norwich.
Yes, after Swansea drew 2-2 at Wickham, it means Norwich guarantees automatic promotion back to the Premier League. So well done to Norwich.
Straight back up at the first time of asking as well, I believe.
Yep.
They did well to keep the likes of Cantwell and Buendia. But that's the full-time whistle here. It's unfortunate here for Biggleswade United. They come up second best against Baldock Town. Biggleswade did start well, though. They took the lead up with Dave Parkinson from the penalty spot. But after Ashley Hay got the equaliser, Biggleswade just didn't really get going after that. Almost shocked from the first goal, and you were hoping they'd come out better in the second half. But it was a mistake by Jaden Irish that led to him bringing a player down just outside the box, which led to Biggleswade going down to 10 men. And Charlie Rome, after the visitors missing collective chances, put the ball away to make it 2-1. Biggleswade had one, of course. They never stopped fighting Biggleswade United. They showed it right at the end. You just looked like Parkinson got his second, and the equaliser that United were hoping for poked it past the goalkeeper, but cleared off the line by the Baldock defence. They are worthy winners, the visitors, so congratulations to them. Biggleswade will be hoping to bounce back next week away at Ainsbury Vale Dynamos. Michael, is there anything you want to add?
No, you've summed up quite perfect. It was a perfect start, but as the game went on, Baldock came into it, and then I think the turning point wasn't the red card. It was that equaliser, because that kind of shocked the team, and the way it went afterwards, it was, you hate to say, but it could have been only a matter of time before Baldock took the lead, because that first goal really shocked the team because it came so out of the blue.
Yeah, that sums it up perfectly, really. Biggleswade will be hoping to put that behind them, of course, going into the game next week. Games coming a bit more thick and fast now, of course. We'd like to thank everybody for tuning into the stream. Just another mention, of course, that the Beer Garden will be opening at 3 o'clock here at the Keach Hospice Care Stadium, so look out for that. The bar will be open at 3 o'clock. Also, just a last little mention for our sponsors. A huge thank you, of course, to the Keach Hospice for sponsoring the ground, as well as a huge thank you to the Media and Glacier for sponsoring Christian Colles. Tyler Haddo, who was between the sticks in the second half. Huge thank you for Jane, our coaching from Luton. Dave Bullet Parkinson, of course, got on the score sheet today. Huge thank you to Flat Back 4 for sponsoring him, as well as the Perkins family for Ollie Leslie, and CMR Productions and Solar Light TV for sponsoring one of the substitutes in the second half, George Harlow. And if you would like to sponsor a player, it's only £75 a season. More information is on the club website. But that's going to be it from us today. Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you do subscribe to the YouTube channel and follow the twitch.tv/Biggleswade UTD, I believe. So make sure you do hit the follow and the subscribe button. We'll be back for the next game. Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll be back a bit later on with some post-match thoughts from Christian. So look out for that.